quiet, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my colleagues, some might suggest that this legislative package before us contains everything but the kitchen sink. And if you continue to read through it, I think I might have found that here also. So about portion. But it had something for a lot of individuals in our districts across the state. Some good, some not so good. But it has one thing missing within this legislation. And that is something you and I, and each one of us who are public servants in the New York State Legislature, should afford our constituents. And that is a guarantee that the $1.9 billion of revenue that this legislative package will bring to this state legislature will be put forward to balance the deficit in the budget that's forthcoming for us, not for expanding and continued spending. The part of this package that is missing is what this amendment is all about. Asking you and the New York State government to do what you have previously, just this past year, mandated your local municipalities and your school district to do. Cap their spending for them at 2%. There's an old saying, it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. If you look across this nation, yes, we've had a downturn in the economy. Yes, we've had a bit of a downturn in the state of New York with our economy. And last year we left here what I believe was a balanced budget. Pretty good, balanced budget. But that's not the reason. Year in and year out, the state of New York seems to have economic difficulties. The reason is that spending is the cause of our economic problems. Spending is not the cure, it's the cause, not the cure for the economic problems we face in New York State. And this state has been working under what I would term an alternate reality until the new government came to town and sat down with us and forgot about gridlock, for a certain extent forgot about politics, and has been doing what the federal government has been doing, complete gridlock, not helping us, not helping the nation. He sat down with us, he came to the legislature, and he said we're going to create a new reality, the real reality. That it was wrong when New York State, during deficits or during surpluses, continued to say that the reality of our economic situation was we always have a revenue problem in New York State. We need more taxes and we need more revenue. He said no. New York State, in many instances, not all the time, not every year, but in many years, has a taxing and spending problem. And he said, we're not going to go down that route anymore, and I want you to be a partner with me. And I give a lot of credit to the people in this room, both Democrats and Republicans, the Democrats and Republicans in the Senate. We went down that route. We took care of a $10 billion deficit last year. We cut spending by over $2 billion. The governor, without much of our help, went to the top two unions in this state, CSA and PEP, and said, we need your help. We need you to sacrifice like our school districts are doing, like our healthcare industry is doing, like our municipalities are doing. We need to open up the contracts, we need some help. And he got that done. And he showed that the real reality is we don't have a revenue problem. Because we didn't increase taxes for spending last year, and we took care of a $10 billion deficit. Now what we owe the constituents of this state is to right here and now tell them we're going to do for ourselves what we've asked them to do. We're going to cap spending in New York State. What this amendment does is cap spending at the rate of inflation, the average rate of inflation for the last 3 years for the state of New York. You and I owe that to New York State and its residents. You owe that to your constituents. You owe that to guarantee them that not only with this $1.9 billion, but into the future, we're going to do for ourselves what we've asked them to do. Tighten up their belt, stay within the limits in terms of spending, and understand the real reality of how we can turn this economy around and create jobs, like the governor said, jobs, 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 and jobs. And that is not to lose millions in population or small businesses. And really lose sales tax receipts over the last many years, because sometimes when you increase taxes, you lose revenue. sometimes it's taxing and spending. So, Mr. Speaker, my colleagues, I put forth this amendment, and I ask for the immediate adoption of it for a cap on spending based on the average rate of inflation over the last 3 years. I move its adoption.
The chair